Chief Executive Officer of the Central Baptist Community Development Corporation, the Central Baptist CDC. I have a bio here, but if there's anything that I get sideways, you'll help me out. And he is also the pastor of Central Baptist Church, focusing on the betterment of the whole person rather than focusing just on the soul. He has spent years of business development that's led him to start Central Baptist Community Development Corporation. And under his leadership, the Central Baptist CDC has established Urban Acres, LLC, to provide locally grown produce to community designated as a food desert. To address the need for employment resources, the corporation began Eastside Career Development Center and Eastside Employment Services. Eastside Career Development Center provides trainees with the soft and technical skills that will ensure that they are job ready and can succeed in our community. Eastside Employment Services LLC provides placement of those trainees as well as case management, focused on removing barriers that may hinder applicants' success. Finally, to address the need for quality and affordable housing, inter-neighborhood community builders redevelops and builds housing for community members to rent or own. Reverend Dr. Keeling is a graduate of New Brunswick Theological Seminary with a Master in Divinity and Doctor of Ministry degree in Metro Urban Ministry. And I understand here that when he isn't trying to fix everything in the Wilmington community and everything that ails us, he enjoys vacationing, cruising, and some sports from time to time. So it's my pleasure to welcome the Reverend Dr. Keeling. Thank you for being with us.
So my church, you say amen. Well, thank you for having me. That biography that was read really gave an overview of who I am and what it is that we do. I came to Wilmington in 2010, almost 15 years ago, as pastor of Central Baptist Church. Came to a community that has been plagued with just basically poverty. Most of the people are unemployed, underemployed. Besides that, a lot of crime, a lot of abandoned buildings. And we felt that it was our call at that time to turn from being internal to external, to having a position in the community. We felt that it was our call to empower people so that they could bring about a change in their life. That is what we believed that our gospel was about. And so we began to practically apply what we felt we believed. We went through the community and helped them to organize and put together a plan. And out of that plan, those three things came up that as important points that the community wanted to see addressed: housing, workforce, and healthy eating. And so Central Baptist Community Development Corporation was started in order to meet those things, in order to be able to try to implement the plan that had been done. You heard in the biography that was read some of the things that we do. Inter-Neighborhood Community Development Corporation, we try to bring those abandoned buildings back online and then get them so that they can be used for affordable housing. Eastside Career Development Center, our workforce development program, recruit people from the community, take them through, started with just soft skills training, but now we are moving into actually becoming a trade school. We do real hard skill training in construction, and we also do some things in healthcare, adult medical daycare and things along that sort. The whole idea is to train the people so that we can address the issues of poverty in the community from within. The other thing is, and I know that you were interested in, was Urban Acres. And Urban Acres was started, really it started out as just something that we felt needed to be done because we came to realize that there was no place to buy healthy food. And people in our community were suffering a higher than usual amount of diabetes and things that were being contributed to poor diets, and then not being able to access it. And so Urban Acres was started. Urban Acres, we started out with just some stands on the corner where we would bring in vegetables and fruit, healthy, fresh-grown fruit, and put up a stand, sell it to the community so that they had access. And from there, we grew. We started doing stands throughout the Wilmington area, in other areas that were food deserts. We got a truck, and then we started bringing healthy food from the farms down in southern Delaware and bringing them up so that we could really meet the need of this problem, this food desert that was causing this problem of health and poor nutrition in our communities. We do have a garden that was started, a community garden. And there's two things about the garden. The garden is not just about growing fruit and healthy vegetables. We quickly realized that the garden was also about community, people coming together. And it gave them a place to have a social meeting and gathering. And there were people who were talking and meeting people who lived in the same community but had never met. And so we started to see a greater value in just having the garden. Urban Acres has expanded now. Faith was asking me what we do now. Right now, we just take it easy and get ready for the spring. In the springtime, we have been able to acquire a building on 7th and Spruce Street. And that building, we're going to redo that building. That building is going to be the home for our Career Development Center, and also a section for Urban Acres where we'll have a permanent place where people from the community will be able to walk and come and get fruits and vegetables. So, we're still fighting the good fight of faith, as we say. We meet the challenges. We, have people from the community who have gotten more interested. And I think we're starting to see effect on the overall things that we do, not just the Urban Acres. I was talking to Faith and her mother, and I was telling her about they had grown up in the community, and she grew up on Bennett Street. I said, you wouldn't know Bennett Street now. Bennett Street is all new houses that are being built, something that we had wanted to see happen 15 years ago. And we started by faith, and we do believe that even though it took a long time, that the Lord has started to bring this back and change is actually happening. So I do appreciate you giving me the chance. I always enjoy people who want to hear our story, because I do think it is a story of faith, and it is a story of meeting people's needs and trying to have an impact, believing that we were called to this place to bring about a change in people's lives. So
thank you.
I was told don't stay too long, so. And thank you so much. I enjoyed your service. I wish I knew Hebrew, but but I do know the Psalms. So
Glad you're with us, Yashikov, and thank you for all of your holy work that you are doing to make our world a little bit more of a reflection of that faith that we hold so dearly. Thanks also to Faith for her work with the Tikkun Olam Committee and helping to make tonight possible as well. So we will continue in our service. Are you able to join us afterward for a minute or two?
I have a long ride back.
Okay, he's got a long ride back, so he won't be able to answer questions, but Tikkun Olam can certainly share more with anybody who has questions or comments. There's a piece of there's a handout as well with more information, so we thank you, Reverend Keeling, for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We will continue now in Ma'ariv with a little